This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Caution comes out just as we've come back from break, and so the field will bunch up once again. We saw the 33 have issues. He went to pit road and then behind the wall.
Todd Bodine into the outside wall. You can see the concrete dust on his tires, and looks like a pretty why Todd got into the wall.
Right here at the exit of the corner, they were going around a lap truck. He got a little bit sideways as he corrected it.
Brian Blank.
Here comes Ty Dillon, also looking to the inside of the 13, and around goes the 07 of Agnew.
The caution flag does fly.
So the 07 of Jeff Agnew gets turned around.
Left front tires down on that truck. Great qualifying effort for Jeff, though. Top 10. You see the left front is flat on the wheel.
And he was run spot. See if we can see what happens. Looks like David Starr maybe dives in and, tries to take advantage of a little bit of room that Jeff left there. And, I put that all on Starr. Agnew is...
he's been able to stay right with Johnny Sauter for the last number of laps. Denny Hamlin that time. There's Tim George. He's not staying with him anymore.
And that's going to bring out caution number 3.
And all of our leaders will come to pit road. Yeah. But they'll be faced with a decision. You're right, Phil. The times have really fallen off over the last 8. Make a difference?
Let's take a look at that 13. Do we see some smoke out of that third? There's some smoke somewhere coming from that battle right there. And I think it may be coming from the 13 of Sauter.
Well, shortly after that, George...
Huge championship complications for the 3. Ty Dillon has a right front tire go down, gets into the wall, brings out the caution.
It moved all the way up to the 6th position. Now I wonder if he did any damage to the sway bar arm. The sway bar arm is the lowest part of that right front suspension. We heard Marcus Richmond calling to go get a spare right front sway bar arm.
And so they get back out on the racetrack, or working their way back to the racetrack.
Ooh, right there, you heard it go down. Ty does a nice job of getting that truck slowed down. He barely made any contact with the outside wall.
And Phil, this caution comes out at a perfect time for getting another set of time by that team as well.
Scott's a former winner here in the Truck Series.
He saw an opening door and he jumped up in it, and PK said, I don't know that too.
Issues. Clay Greenfield in the 68. We also saw, looks like the 23 of Jason White involved in this to bring out the caution once again.
That was a huge break for Parker Kligerman. He took the wave around. He and Jason White, they came all the way back around. Tough break for Jason, but Parker Kligerman now will be back on the lead lap.
Run there. Let's look at this replay right quick and see what happens. Like Greenfield got loose getting down in the corner, and just so did Jason White. Maybe saw him spinning. But Ty Dillon winds up 5 laps down.
That moves Joey up to the 5th spot. There's 6 right there. Scott Riggs, the 92. 7th, the 30 of PK. And Brian Scott now back to 8. Trouble.
And around goes the 60. And so we see Peyton Sellers bringing out the caution.
What about the last lap by for Matt Crafton, his fastest of the whole race? Matt's got it turned up when it counts. Care about points anymore, and he's doing the job.
Take a look at why our caution has come out. The 60 of Peyton Sellers had a little help from the 11 of Todd Bodine.
Yeah, I think Peyton expected Todd to move to the left a little bit and get down there by the curb. He didn't do it.
So under both Crafton and Denny Hamlin ran their fastest laps late, and now Miguel Paludo goes around in the 32, bringing out the caution again.
Oh, good. Just when we'd gotten all that fun sorted out, let's just club them all back together and do it again.
That's exactly what we need to do when we have short track racing and we're at Martinsville Speedway.
We have a little bit of separation from some people. Now we're going to just put them back together.
So the front row once again will have Crafton up there, but this time it'll be Denny Hamlin that will be on the outside of row number 1 as we take another look at why the caution is out.
Looked like Paludo just overdrove the corner a little bit, got in a little bit too hot.
Inside, Hamlin on the outside, Joey Coulter, Nelson Piquet Jr. making up row number 2. Scott Riggs in the 92 on the inside of row 3. Everyone on their feet. Coming out of 4. Green flag back in the air. We're back underway.
See Denny Hamlin drive way out wide to get a good arc into the corner. He stays even with him. Crafton pushes him up a little bit.
Way up the racetrack. Crafton trying to have that advantage and hold on to it. Here comes Hamlin as they go into turn number 3. Hamlin all over the back bumper. Puts the bumper to the 88. Now he goes to the inside trying to take the lead away as they go to the
Matt's not going to be real happy with that move.
Denny Hamlin has the preferred line now, and that moves Crafton out to the outside. Hamlin has the lead.
Matt Crafton's been passed for the win 8 times in his career.
Doesn't want it to happen one more time.
And Joey Coulter is going to keep him from being able to retaliate on Hamlin because Joey's filled that spot on the inside, so he can't run into Denny.
Now they're side by side for second. Joey Coulter trying to take it away from Crafton. Crafton spins. He slides out the back end. He's able to hold on to it. He drops back to the 4th spot, battling now with James Buescher in the 31.
James Buescher trying to grab a top 5 finish here. What an effort this team put in here. Truck has struggled all weekend for grip, and they got it right when it counted.
4 laps of racing to go from Martinsville. Hamlin has the lead. Joey Coulter runs second.
How about James Buescher? Now he's up to the 4th position, and here comes Scott Riggs.
Scott Riggs trying to take another spot away. Buescher and Crafton still battling for position. That's for the 4th spot, as we see just 3 laps of racing to go for Martinsville.
Timothy Peters right behind that battle. Timothy would like to get a couple more spots and a couple more points.
He puts the bumper to Scott Riggs, moves him up, and that opens the door for Timothy to grab one of those spots you talked about, Phil.
Denny Hamlin has 1 win in the Camping World Truck Series. It came at this very racetrack 1 year ago. And now, side by side, Nelson Piquet and Joey Coulter for position.
They made contact.
Battle for second. Those two side by side. Denny Hamlin has put a huge distance between himself and this battle for second.
These guys are beating and banging on each other.
White flag goes in the air. One more time around for Hamlin. Nelson Piquet Jr. is taking second away from Joey Coulter.
Scott Riggs jumps to the inside of Buescher to make a move.
And here comes Timothy Peters. That'll be a 2-point swing if he's able to get around Buescher. One that Buescher had, one that Peters will get.
1 year ago, Denny Hamlin came into this race never winning in the Camping World Truck Series. Now, he wins again at Martinsville. Piquet Jr. holding on for second, taking that position away from Coulter. Crafton and Riggs, your top 5.
What a comeback by James Buescher. We saw him outside the top 20 early in this race, running in the 23rd spot, and he finishes up just in the top 5.
Timothy Peters, 7th. Parker Kligerman, 9th. Great finishes, all top 10 finishes for those 3 points contenders. And Ty Dillon is going to be scored with a 28th place finish. And you see a little bit of emotion already running high as they're coming back onto pit road after this race. And Brian Scott not happy with Nelson Piquet Jr. at all.
You can see Justin Lofton was running in the top 10 and wound up cutting a tire late.
Crafton not happy with the way Denny Hamlin won this race.
Brian Scott, he's not happy with Nelson Piquet Jr. He turns him sideways on pit road. We told you there'd be some tempers after this race.
And I promise you, they all came here with a great attitude, with the fall colors changing, a nice crisp feel in the air, and now they're all mad.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.